All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, May 10th, set by Pascal. Let's see what Pascal has in store. Flimsy stuff, mostly rejected by one, wanting firm material. I'm not sure which end is going to be the definition. Flimsy stuff, possibly, but then mostly rejected, something sent backwards by one, maybe an I, wanting. Firm could be stiff, but it could also be a company. Material. Oh my goodness. No, that's a terrible one. Let's try the downs. My short journey coming to a bullfight. Well, my is not going to be used as part of a definition, I think. So is it another name for a bullfight? I know a bullfighter is a matador. Is there something similar for a bullfight? Oh, there's also toreador, so toreado or something like that. My short journey coming to A. Oh yeah, so I think it may end in A. My short, could that simply be an M? I'm going to look up words for a bullfight and see if there is something like matador, something like that. Let's see what they have. I see there is the word corrida. And how would the wordplay work? I'm wondering if my short journey could be a corridor, and it's short because you drop the OR, but then it comes to the letter A. That doesn't seem right. So then the flimsy stuff. Of course, firm could be CO for company. Yeah, not seeing it, but let's leave corrida in there for now. Act of lust, a hindrance to companion. Act of lust, a hindrance. I presume act of lust is the definition, and it's going to be some short word for a hindrance, and then a short word for companion. Is that possible? I'm not sure about that. All right, how about problem with computers, etc. Face criticism. Huh, all right. Yeah, that first part with the question mark, is it going to be some punning? But why is it computers, etc.? Tech, IT. Oh, I think it might be something it. Problem with computers, etc. would be IT. And then face criticism. What would be, but could this be IT? We'll see what that would do for 13. All right, garment, a foot short, seen in prison. I think it's going to be something seen in prison, maybe. A foot could be AFT. Short. And garment. Yeah, no, not seeing it. Somehow enact pact. That's good phrase. Going with the flow. All right, sounds like that will be an anagram of enact, pact. I presume the two C's will go together. Let's see. Oh, do we have acceptance? Oh no, that's too long. But I would think going with the flow would be something to do with accepting. Oh, is there a word acceptant? I know there's expectant. Accept. Oops. Let's see. We have two A's, of course. So acceptant. I can see that being a word. Not one I think I know, but I think it is an anagram. Yeah. All right, let's just try one more down. Nasty stain here. He removed something fatty. I presume something fatty is the definition, and therefore nasty could be an anagram. We need 7 letters. Ooh, could it be stain? Oh, I didn't mean to type that in there. Let's try the anagram helper. Stain, and then the word here with the HE removed would leave RE. And so something fatty. Is it going to be some sort of dish? Or oh, it might be some scientific or nutritional term for fat, air scent, RNA site. No. No, I'm not seeing it. We'll try and get some crossers. All right, back to the crosses. Bits in rows. I'm thinking it's going to be a double definition. Something that means bits and then also means, oh, either rows or rows, of course. Bits. Oh, then I think it would, they're both plural, so that might be an S, which is part of stain, RE. Oh, is serotin a word? Let me look that up and see what that means. I have a funny feeling at the back of my head. No, I think serotin is a brand name. Is it a shampoo or something? So I think that's where I know the word from. All right. I'll leave the S there for now, though. All right. Fool, taking role, inwardly confused. I presume the definition is fool because inwardly confused sounds like, yes, sounds like word play. So a fool, a role in a film could be a part, and if you mix up the inner 2 letters, you get a prat. Great English term of abuse. All right, traded as a couple of females, fooled about. Well, when I see about, I think one word goes around another. I'm thinking it, so this is going to mean traded. Probably ends in ED, because a word for fooled would also be ED. And a couple of females could be just 2 Fs. Or maybe it's a she and an F. And it's going to mean traded. So the word that means fooled is going to end C something ED, CH, CT. Oh, is it something like transacted? Transacted fits. but I don't see either fools or trade. Well, our the females. Let's try. In fact, we almost have trader there as a. Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm wondering if as is part of an anagram. Maybe it is traded as a. No, that would be 9 letters. No, no, I don't think that's right. Too bad. It's fit, but not good enough. How about eminence of Henry, first to last, last Henry being that? Oh, well, I'm thinking the last Henry who was King of England was the 8th. Eminence of Henry. Let's see, how would that work in the wordplay? Eminence. No, I'm not seeing how the wordplay would work. Ah, no, now I get it. An eminence is another word for a high point or a height. And the H for Henry moves from first place to last place. But then we're told as the definition, the last Henry was this, the 8th. All right. So 2 down now looks like TCH. Well, I can see a hindrance could be a hitch. But how then? Oh, could it be lech? I don't know. Because I think companion, there is the Companion of Honor award in Britain, which is CH. So a lech is a person, but I think you could maybe describe it as an act of love if you, well, I think of it as a verb, leching, and somebody's an old lecher. A hit, but I do think also to let might be a hindrance. It's very early to use the check this button, so I'll leave it for now. Let's see, what would that do for flimsy stuff? Mostly rejected by 1, wanting firm. A collar is something that wants a firm material. But then what would the flimsy stuff be? Mostly rejected. 3 down would then begin with A, face criticism. Of course, could be criticism of your face, but I don't think so. No, I think I'm going wrong somewhere here. I'm fairly confident of 8th. And Rita, I think I'm fairly confident, and Pratt. It's just lech and collar. No, let's try scattered folk regathered in a Paris do. Well, at least I'm not making the same mistake I made yesterday of not being able to count up to 8. A Paris do is 8 letters. So I think it's going to be an anagram of that. Oh, of course, a scattered folk, I think of diaspora. Yes, so that's exactly what it is. I don't think I'd heard of the word diaspora until Mary Robinson was president of Ireland. I seem to remember she was the first one who started talking about the Irish diaspora and really reached out to the Irish abroad. Of course, she probably wasn't the first to talk about the Irish diaspora in that way, but I think she did popularize it. All right, happy with that. Now, how about story of citizen a bishop penned? Well, a bishop penned makes me think we're going to put a bishop around something else and then get story. Well, I can think of narrative, which fits, but how is that story of citizen? Story, let's see, citizen a bishop penned. Is there a famous bishop's name? Oh, I know we had the current Archbishop of Canterbury recently, but now I can't remember his name. And then what would a word be for citizen? Oh, no, I think citizen is actually the one doing the penning, of course. Native. And then we have RRA. How is that? Oh, actually, it could be this A could be for native, and this ARRA. Ah, the Right Reverend. Yes, so that is it. All right, happy to have that. Ooh, we have nice D something V here. Performers consisting of very slow mover turning up to grab a superior baddie. Well, I'm thinking the definition is going to be performers. Very slow mover. Could that be something like a snail? And it's turning up or backwards and it surrounds a superior baddie. Superior could be AI for A1. The baddie, oh my goodness. No, I was really thought we were going to get something there with the D and the V. Let's try and think, what would be the, could it begin with a con or a miss? No, not saying it. All right. Girl in jungle said to be this believer. Well, I can only think of Tarzan and Jane. Ah, yes. There is a Jainism, and I suppose an adherent of that is called a Jane. So it's a homophone. Yes, I worked with a guy who I don't think he was a follower of Jainism, but he said his parents were. All right, an in set about establishing a health scheme. Oh, I hope it's not some British health insurance acronym that we're supposed to know, unless it's some kind of scheme, as in a plot, a health scheme. No, returning chums bond for comedy. Well, chums could be pals, and if they return, it would be slap. Yes, and there's a form of comedy slapstick. Bond is stick. There we go. All right, let's head back to the downs. Parent upset about measure that can be off-putting. Like, off-putting is the definition. Parent upset about. So I think we're going to have, I don't think it's going to be mother or father, but it's going to have to be something that ends in an R that means parent. And that's turned around, and a measure could be a bar, maybe. Off-putting, rebarbative. No, I'm not seeing it. Ooh, now this looks like something developers or something, performers. Or could it be a baddie? No, okay. In fight, notice something piercing. No. Maiden maybe beset by compassion, not one in need. I know there's such a thing as a maiden over. I think it's an over where the other team doesn't score. And when beset by compassion, you put something around it, and it's going to mean not one in need. What if we had over in there? Oh, we could have poverty. Oh, poverty, yeah. So compassion is pity, but not one means you drop the I. And it's actually the definition is in need. All right. That gives us a nice, so let's try this one first. Smell one gets eating everything with egg and cheese. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be a smell or if it's going to be a type of cheese. They do like their cheeses in the Guardian Cryptic. Now, let's try final message is being sealed in case. Well, I'm thinking of valise or valise is a case. But how would the wordplay work? Final message. Oh, I think valet is in Latin a farewell, so that would be a final message. And is being sealed within it. Ooh, that's very tricky the way they word that. Yeah, that's not exactly what you would expect. All right. A mother ran out, one in London race. Oh, I'm thinking, yes, I think it's an anagram of a mother ran out. And I don't think it has to specifically be the London one, but maybe the London Marathon is coming up soon. I'm thinking that must be an anagram of marathoner. Anyway, let's try it. One going with the wind, conceited reportedly. So homophone indicator, and if you're conceited, you're vain, V-A-I-N, but something that turns around with the wind is a weather vane, all right? Drops a message saying we should get a move on. Something go, let's go. Oh, hold on, how does that work? Drops a message. How is go a message? Oh, no, it's yeah, this is tricky. You have to break it just after drops. So drop something is let's go, and then a message saying we should get a move on is let's go. All right, legal principle introduced by Chancy president. Wow, introduced by Chancy. So, what I presume, I would have thought it would be a Latin phrase, but it seems to be in English. Could it be by something? But they have by in the definition, in the clue. Um, Otherwise, my. It's not a hidden clue. Is there something Cypress? I'm going to look it up. It seems unlikely. I've never heard of it, but let me check that. Yes, there is indeed. Now, where I find it here in Wikipedia, it is hyphenated, and there is an accent grave over the E, a legal doctrine which allows a court to amend a legal document to enforce it as near as possible to the original intent of the instrument in situations where it becomes impossible, impractical, or illegal to enforce it under its original terms. There we go. All right, tennis champion. Well, I see the LVR and I'm old enough to remember Rod Laver in Revolutionary Show. Show is reveal and it's turned around, but it exudes or drops one of its E's for energy to get Laver. I'm not sure how many young people would know who Laver is. Anyway, people may lose money in them when dipping into loose coins. Yes, so loose indicates an anagram of coins. That's only 5 letters, so we have to put a word for when inside it. And I think as can mean when in certain contexts, as and when. And so you get casinos where people may lose money in them. Alrighty. As little house with good bit of seafood. I think the good must be the G, and little house could be the abbreviation. I have the word Quahog. I think it's a place. Isn't it in Family Guy as well? Is it somebody's name, Quahog, or is that where they live? But let me look up what Quahog means. Yes, it's a type of clam. I'm sure you all knew that. I do not eat seafood, I'm afraid, so that pleasure has eluded me. All right. Now we're in fight. Notice something piercing. It's going to be ALL, AIL. They seem the most likely endings. Our parent upset about measure that can be. Parent upset is an anagram of parent, yes. And I'm thinking of repellent. So let's see, parent around ELL. Yes, I think that's a printer's measure. It's the width of, is it the width of the letter L? But I think that's what it is. If I'm wrong, we'll see it over on 15 squared. All right, now this an in set about establishing a health scheme. No, an inn, of course, could be a pub. Could it be set about meaning turn backwards? Oh yes, there is. I actually have heard of this British thing, bupa. If you, I think that's what you say. I have heard of that. So it is a pub turned around, and you get your British. Is it health insurance? Anyway, all right. Ooh, now in fight. I'm wondering if that could be a brawl. And then notice something. Oh, there is a tool that can be used for piercing leather, I think, and other materials, a bradawl. So in the brawl, notice is an ad. Yes, okay, we've seen that before. I think not recently, so I need to start remembering that. All right, now our smell, either smell or cheese, which, what can I think of a word that fits that? I think eating everything would be ALL. With egg, egg might simply be an O. Yeah, I'm still not seeing a word. Yeah, I think it must be a cheese. I think the smell is going to be eating everything with an egg. And it's going to be a cheese. I don't know my cheeses. I'm going to have to cheat and look up wordplays.com. It is a Cypriot cheese called halloumi. Never heard of it. I think I could have worked it out from the wordplay if I'd remembered that the British sometimes use the word hum for a smell, which always confuses me. And then, of course, the one, I should have realized it needed to end in an I, because hum I surrounds all O. All right. I'm sure I won't remember that halloumi. All right, so the bottom half is almost done. If only I could get my... Oh, vaudevillians. And I can see we have sort of got villains in there. Vaudevillians, all right. So very slow. Mover turning up to grab. Well, very I think is going to be the V at the start. Oh, there is a snail. Okay. And very and snail grab a... Oh, it's not villain. It's A is A. Superior is U in that funny British thing about things being either U or non-U if they're posh or not. And the baddie is a devil. All right. All right, so top half done. Oh, I'm past the 30-minute mark. So I'm going to check color. No, it is not right. Let me check eighth. That is correct. Oh, let's try lech. That is right. All right, so now our flimsy stuff, mostly rejected by one wanting firm material. No, I don't see it. Let's, how about our problem with computers? Oh, so I need a word for problems. Well, I said hitch earlier. Face criticism. Oh, I wonder if criticism could be hit. And so we do have something for a face followed by hit, and it means problem with computers, etc. No, no, I think that has to be the jokey part, problem with computers, etc. No, how about our traded? Oh, actually, let's try our nasty stain here. Well, how about Starin? Let's check that. That is correct. Steerin or something like that. Okay. So now our bits in rows. Scraps. Oh, yes. Scraps can be fights as well as little bits. Yeah, okay. That's one where you just have to sort of let your mind roam free and hope it comes back with the right answer. Garment, a foot short, seen in prison. No. Is it going to be a garment? Cravat? A foot. I think the FT has to. Oh, how about a kaftan? I thought it was spelled with a K, but maybe I'm wrong. That's very possible. Or maybe it's both. So there's a foot. And short, I think, is just saying FT, but we didn't really need that. But it's in the can or prison. All right. Oh, traded could be trafficked. Ah, yes, and tricked is fooled. All right. So now this could be hitch, face criticism. Oh, if you catch it, I think. Yes. Oh, you're going to catch it. Means you're going to be for it. You're going to be dragged on the carpet. And I think a problem is a catch. All right. So just our flimsy stuff remaining. There is colicky, could it be CHL? No, I think this would be a vowel, CAL. One wanting firm material. Now I'm going to have to resort to wordplays.com. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Well, there is calico, which is a type of cat, but I think it is a material. We do have one and firm. Flimsy stuff mostly rejected. Could that be cal? Let's check it. It is correct. Let's check all. All right, looks like all the letters are still there. Let's go to 15 squared to understand why these are the right answers. All right, today's blog is by SC Chua. So, calico, yeah, the definition is a material. Rejected of lace is the flimsy stuff minus, I don't know about that. You have to think of the right synonym of flimsy stuff and get lace. And yeah, because there's a few different things that could be flimsy stuff. And then one and firm is the ending. But I think that's a bit much. I think I understood the other crosses pretty well. Yeah, an eminence is a piece of rising ground. Halloumi, yeah. There's a valise. I just want to know if the London Marathon was maybe going on, but it doesn't look like it. All right, on the downs. So core is my, and short journey, you have to think of ride. I think those are very difficult because, yeah, but of course, I think these are ones you have to sort by coming up with the answer. I did I suppose I understood the definition was going to be a bullfight and found the right word for that, but that's tricky. A let can be a hindrance or an obstruction, okay, plus the companion of honor, all right. And then kaftan, okay, there's a picture of a kaftan for us. That's a very fashionable one. I don't remember them looking like that in the 70s. All right, I think I understood everything else. Vaudeville, repellent. Oh, there's a bradawl. Yes, we used to have one in our tool set growing up. And there's, I do not like those clams. All right, let's see. I only knew Quahog from Family Guy. Yeah, same here. Let's see. All right, I don't think there was too much. I'm happy enough to get through this a lot better than yesterday. I had a shocker yesterday, I'm afraid, but pretty happy with today's performance. Anyway, thank you as always for watching and have a wonderful day.